show.
God, is this the first or last show of the season?
It's the first show.
Wow.
Exactly.
A lot of energy.
Energy-wise, I know.
What a crowd.
I know.
Yeah.
I think y'all might have something to do with this. Congrats on becoming a mama since the last time I saw you. So cool. It's a very big deal. And you have 2 sons. How's your family doing as well?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, everyone's great. Yeah,
Yeah?
2 sons, 20. James was 22 past Friday, and Henry will be 16 in a few weeks.
Yeah.
They're good, yeah, great boys.
Oh,
Young men.
Yeah. I have this question for both of you because I think it's hilarious because we got different answers when we're asking. When did you first meet?
Very
Well.
good, Kelly. Thank you.
Well,
Margot, when did we first meet?
This is when we turned into a married couple. He doesn't remember the first time we met.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the second time we met.
Okay.
So
That's
fair. the collective time that we both remember was to make this film.
Yeah.
But actually the first time we met was about 8 or 9 years ago on Thanksgiving in LA at his manager's house, and we had a nice long chat. And
We
it was
didn't have a
very-
nice long chat.
It was
That's
a
a-
long chat.
Nice long chat.
A nice long chat. It was very memorable for me. I guess not memorable for Colin. But I remember thinking, I was like, he is so lovely. Like, he's so lovely and charismatic and all
I
those
suffer
things.
with a rare phenomenon called sober blackouts.
Wait.
Sure.
What do you think the first time y'all met was, though? It's different.
The first time we met was at a bar in Los Angeles called the Sunset Tower that she doesn't remember.
I don't remember this at
And
all.
we had a lovely chat. And I
No,
thought
we
she was-
did.
I thought she was amazing
long.
and so warm and inviting, and she made me feel really kind of included in the conversation she was having with somebody else, and it was...
No, don't remember.
I think
Gone.
it's evened out. I just loved the answers were different. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. So I heard that you put like an Irish accent on, right? So like, did he help you? I heard he helped you.
There's a moment in the movie where my character kind of impersonates him briefly. So it's not a perfect Irish accent because Sarah shouldn't be great at Irish accents.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that in case anyone is Irish and watches this movie and is like, that's a terrible accent.
I think
But,
a lot of why it's so hard as well is because the Irish accent outside of the country, the island, is always diddly idle. It's all Lucky Charms, and it's that's the. But honestly, that's the relationship to it. So it's kind of locked in as there's a because we do have a musicality to the way we speak, and obviously there's 150 different accents on the island. But she did great. You did great.
No, I didn't.
You did, and plus your character's
Look,
not supposed
I wasn't
to
meant
be
to be good.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Exactly.
Don't judge me.
one day when I do
made
an Irish
a little
accent,
recording
he
and I
did.
sent it.
He did.
Little voice memo, and I sent it, and it was perfect because she's taking the out of me in the scene.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was kind of perfect, and it's a bit diddly idle by choice.
Why don't we get Colin
And
to do an Aussie accent and we can all...
That'd be tricky.
And
Yeah,
compare.
yeah.
He's
I
like
could Australian use
stressed
my
out
pattern.
right now. No, I do want to ask you this question because we're talking about light a lot this episode and this season, and it's good to have those people. I think the older we get too, we start to go, you're not good for me. Like this energy is not good for me right now. Not that anyone's good or bad, but it's like having those people in your life that actually do bring out the light in you or you feel are a light for you. Do you have those people?
Honestly, you were that person for me. I mean, obviously, while we were
The first time that you
filming.
met, or
the first time,
You were that.
probably
you were
the
that
second
person
time,
with me
and
the second
definitely
time
the
we
third
met.
time.
Yeah.
No,
Same.
yeah.
Same, love.
You got a hair on your face.
Thank you.
But like shooting, it was just such a joyful experience. We were
Yeah, it
like in
was.
this like little happy bubble, and yeah, I don't know, we were like joined at the hip.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
very
That
much
doesn't
so.
always happen. Like when
No,
you're
it
working.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
and when you're promoting a movie, you're always like, no, we had a great time, and you usually always did. But like this was like a
But
really,
sometimes you
really
lie.
special.
Yeah.
But sometimes you lie. No. I've been lucky. I've always had a great time. But this was really special.
It was
and-
really special.
And
yeah.
we would like come into work if on the rare occasion one of us wasn't in a scene, we'd still come
Literally
into
pop
work
out
just
to
to
the
hang
office
out.
just to say hello,
Yeah.
and have a hang, and listen to music.
And
yeah.
like we don't sit in our own trailers. We'd like be like, "What you doing?" And
Yeah,
we'd
it was such
go
a
hang.
joy.
It was so nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So yes, you were my person.
Same. I'll go the same. Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that.
What she said for the flip it.
Well, for those that haven't seen the film, kind of fill us in. Kind of explain it for everyone.
You do it.
Okay.
I like all the doors. Like
Once
all the-
upon a time, there were two people who were at stages in their lives where they weren't content and weren't really aware of how discontent they were, perhaps. And they meet in the start of the film at a wedding, and they are, through a set of circumstances, put together in a car and forced to go on a road trip. And the GPS in the car, for no ever fully explained reason, tells them to go to certain places. And when they stop at this place, there's a door. It could be in a field, it could be in a car park, and they're told to go through the door. And the door brings them back to various stages in either her character's life or my character's life that they get to revisit their past so that they can clean up their present and understand the context that arrived them where they are in their lives. And it brings the two of them together, of course, because it's a very deep and meaningful journey. And it's basically a road trip movie with a little bit of romance and with some questions about what it is to be human, what it is to forgive your past, whether it's grief or sadness, and clear up the road behind you a little bit so you can live a freer path in front of you, I suppose.
Yeah. That like worked with that was well said.
It was unbelievable.
I know. I have more questions. Give me a minute. You, sir, we've talked about your dancing skills before on this show, but you have a dance in the film. Were you excited about this? Did you know about it before you signed on?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Excited, know about it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You answered them all at once. I love that.
Yeah.
But you, yes,
I
with
was
that
a nervous
moment.
wreck, I was. Not that
Oh,
dance.
not that
That
one.
dance
Yeah,
was
yeah,
easy.
That
That
was
dance was
lovely.
easy. Did that make the film? We haven't seen the final version.
Yeah.
Can't wait, spoiler alert.
Don't tell us.
No,
what
I was
happens,
nervous
okay?
wreck, but we had Galen Hooks did some extraordinary choreography on the film.
Because it
and I
takes
got
you back to high school, right?
Yeah, so my we both go through this door because the door is either her past or my character's past. And we went through the door and it was my high school on a day where the High School Musical is happening and I played the lead in it. Yeah, I had to get ahead in advertising.
I like the scene though because it's amazing what sets us up on the trajectory for our future of things that happen in our childhood that are like traumatic, that kind of affect the domino
and we
effect
can't
of that.
wait to step away from them as quick as possible,
Yeah,
understandably, for survival, and forget about them. Moments when we were mortified or when we felt shame and we just want to bury them in the past, but they're always there lingering to kind of come up in all sorts of mysterious ways in our future, you know? So unless you clear it a little bit, it'll always have a little bit of a hold over you. So it's that kind of thing. But the dance was terrifying and she was thrilled watching me squirm.
You come in and you sing as well in it.
Yeah, she does. She's
That's
much
when-
better. She said she can't
That's
sing.
when I was squirming because I was like, I do
hogwash.
not like singing in front of people, let alone hundreds of extras in our crew and Colin, and it was very embarrassing. But I was tickled pink to watch him do his High School Musical routine. It was very, very funny. It keeps cutting back to me like laughing in the audience, and that's just actually me laughing. It's not. There was no acting whatsoever. And then my character stands up and kind of joins in, and then they run out, and it's cute.
I know, it's sweet, the saving of the moment. That's a really sweet thing. So there's also a road trip element, obviously, throughout the whole film. You're in a car. So do you like a road trip? Are y'all into road trips?
Love a road trip.
I kind of know you're into road trips.
Yeah, I'll step back.
Yeah, but like, this is a real thing. I'm like, how does one earn this? But you were actually voted, it's Ireland's Dream Road Trip Companion this year.
Really?
You were voted that.
That's not real.
How does one get, like, you must road trip a lot?
That's a thing?
I guess it is, sir.
Wait,
I'm seeing an
real?
award
Did you not
with
get
like
the
a golden
award?
steering wheel.
Yeah.
Who voted?
I don't know. We
How
found
many
out.
islands?
We found out, and everyone wants to road trip with you. What the hell are you doing on road trips? They're just so awesome.
No idea, man. I love a road trip.
I
I'm
would
never
vote for
happier
you
than when a
too.
steering wheel is in my hand and tunes are on and we're, love it.
I can so see Ireland voting for you to be the ideal
love
road
that.
trip partner.
It was a wise choice voting for me.
All right, well, since Colin and Margot's characters go back to experience meaningful moments in life, we wanted to ask about some meaningful firsts in their lives. So this is a quick round of rapid fire firsts. I'm just gonna read it, so you could just pass if you don't like it.
I'll have a sip of water to
I'll just read them out, and then we can each say ours. Okay, so what's your first big purchase? What was your first big purchase?
In life?
You sang it.
My first designer thing I bought myself was a pair of yellow Ralph Lauren gumboots, of all things.
What is a gumboot? What do you mean?
Gumboots, like wellies. Like, what do you call that in America? Like if it's
Wellington
Like a
boots,
muck boot?
wellies.
Like a
yeah.
Okay,
Like
okay.
rubber.
A muck boot? Isn't that what we call it? I call a muck boot. Is it a muck boot?
Like molded sole and ankle is the same. The rubber boots that you do farming in. You go farming in.
What did you call it?
never come up before in America.
What did you? Wait,
Wellies.
that's
wellies.
I call them gumboots.
Oh, gum.
And we call them
You
wellies.
call them wellies.
Wellies, yeah.
Why do we
Okay.
have different names for everything? And
Just to
it's
complicate-
Just to
all
keep
goes
us,
back
it's
to
just
the
to keep
Tower
us
of
as
Babel.
the other. It's just to separate us. It's a very nefarious
Division
way
on the
to
smallest
use-
level,
yes,
but
yes,
the
yes.
importance,
While we're
the
at it,
ripple
can we all
effect.
get the same adapters? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
annoying.
It is.
Yes, it is very annoying.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry, rapid fire questions.
Yes. What is it? Wait, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, first big purchase.
Pair of Harley Davidson leather boots from a shop called Genius in
Okay.
Dublin when I was about 17. when I was doing that line dancing thing and I had a bit of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Harley Davidson boots.
Yeah. I'm a
17.
real man.
Yeah.
I still had a BMX.
I like,
Yeah, my Harley Davidson boots.
On your 10 speed or something.
With me pegs on the back. Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Okay, first time you remember getting in trouble.
I don't know, but I definitely was young. I definitely started young.
I faked a doctor's note.
Oh,
for school.
Yeah,
Sorry, Mom.
I was the kid you'd go to if you needed to someone to forge your parents' signature. I was very good at that.
Nicely done.
I didn't get caught though for that. I got caught for other things,
I
but
did
not that.
because of a friend.
Oh, someone ratted on you?
No, she used my same note, and we got caught because of, yeah, I know. Amateur hour. What is yours?
I went to see Simple Minds in concert when I was 13 or 14 in Dublin, and then I missed the bus home. So I was stuck in the middle of the city, and it was before cell phones. And then about 1 o'clock in the morning, my dad...
He's freaking out.
Yeah, it was a drag, man.
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning, I was standing in the middle of O'Connell Street in Dublin, and my dad and my mother and my brother and 2 sisters were in the car. And Dublin's small, but it's not that small. And they drove up, and my dad was just... And his teeth, I remember his teeth were purple, and when his teeth were purple from red wine, watch out.
No.
Yeah. And he wasn't violent or anything, but he was just, he had a bit of an edge to him, yeah. That wasn't a great night in the house.
It was always the time before the whooping that I got that was the most terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather have the whooping. Can we just jump
can we just
right
get
to
straight
that
to that?
moment?
Yeah.
Because
knowing
the
it's
terrifying
coming
moment to
is
it
terrifying.
is
For sure,
like,
for
it's
sure,
gonna
for
be
sure.
so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, first time you did something you didn't think you could at first. Wait, okay, first time you did something you didn't think you could
at first. I remember doing like a one-handed cartwhal and thinking, this is going to be terrible. This is going to go really badly wrong. And then it worked, and I was like, cool, that worked out.
What about you?
Smoke rings.
Oh, cool.
What? Oh, smoke ring.
Yeah. That was a big moment in my evolution as a young man.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool.
I couldn't. I used to see people do it, and they do small ones and big ones, and small ones that go inside big ones, and I was like, what the hell? It was like balloon animals. I couldn't make sense of it. And then one day I just locked that jaw and I hit it out, and
Yeah. Oh, you win. That was impressive. That's impressive. That's like cartoon impressive.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not recommending it for anyone watching. Do not try it at home. It was done by a professional.
It's done by a professional. A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey is in theaters now. Be sure to go see it, everybody. And before we go to break, we've got a premiere gift for everyone in our audience to create memories in your homes just as lasting as those in the movie. See what we did there? Y'all know that I have a lot of jobs, including being the Wayfair lady. You're welcome. So Wayfair is giving everyone in the studio audience a $300 gift card to make it easy for all of you to create your dream home, no matter your space, style, or budget. We'll be right back.